Hi everyone, it's adrienneleaa. This is going to be the first installment of my video log that I'm putting together. It's late at night. John and I are up late. I was filming a video for my personal channel, and that was for the Spencer's tarot cards, which are really cool and fun to work with. So if you haven't seen them, they have these backings, and there's a lot of mythological creatures in here. So I'm going to show some things that I got, but they didn't quite make the witchy haul because they're not exactly relevant to those types of videos. So this one is a special one for me. This is a Vans shoebox, and I got shoes the other day, which is so exciting. I'm usually a sandals and boots kind of person, mainly because I have flat, wide feet. So Vans has a special place in my life because I've had Vans for a really long time. As of lately, for the past couple of years, I haven't really used sneakers of any sort because I didn't get the right ones. A lot of shoes have arches, and they weren't comfortable for me, so boots and sandals are very comfortable. They don't really have as much restrictions as a regular sneaker would, or even like a fancier type of shoe, like heels or something. So this is so exciting. The tag came with a sticker, which I put on my longboard. I can show that after I show you guys some things, but I quickly put them back in here. So these are the shoes. They're already tied, and this is a men's. And this was the smallest one that they had. This was recommended for me because I have wide feet. So I appreciate them for helping me with that. Otherwise, I probably wouldn't have worn this as much. I really love the padding. It reminds me of back in the day when I was younger. I'm not that much older, but I used to see these a lot more. So I like how they're not black, but they're not too light. Back in the day, my Vans that I wore, which I wore for many years until I couldn't wear them anymore, they were white, and then they had like a teal for the line that you would see off of the side of the shoe, which was fitting for me. But now I want more like of a darker one. So I'm not going to put them on the bed, but I just put them in here to show you guys. I got that at the mall. And to add to what I'll be wearing on my feet, today we went to Ross, and I haven't worn these. I did wear one pair, but they're not in this pile. So these are the foot equivalency to a pantyhose, which these are really comfy, especially for me because the really thick socks don't work well with me because my feet are already wide, so I don't want to make it uncomfortable. And it comes in a brown color too. So I got brown and black. Those were the ones available in this style. And I also got this headlight. I was hoping to use it for my video for tonight, but I didn't need it. So I've already adjusted it to my head. And it works. I'm not going to blind you guys with the light, but it's cool. My husband said it's a good quality headlight. And I'm excited to use it. I know I'll find something. I'll think of something to use it for. It has 3 settings for the brightness, and I like finding these types of things when I'm out. I usually find stuff that interests me and then I purchase it, but I try to make sure that I am going to use it for something. So my general incentive is to use it for my videos. And then I can, if I need to go and venture off into a darker space, maybe for storage, or if I don't want to turn on a light, maybe I could use this. Who knows? Or, you know what, if I read at night, I can use that. There's a coin right there, so if you're curious about what that is. So the other day, my bag came in. I was thinking about doing a video for this. I wasn't sure if I was going to because I'm slowly building up my childhood again in a good way. I'm not trying to go back in time and live like that in the present, because that would stem growth in me. But I'm trying to do soul searching in a way where I'm going to heal from my past. It's not like my whole past was terrible, but to look at things in an older point of view, because I've grown from them. And so I'm bringing little things back at a time that I really enjoyed back when I was younger. And those are the memories that I want to remember the most, because I don't want to just focus on things that pissed me off or made me upset. So this is an Invader Zim bag. I got it the other day. There's tongue here, but it's filled with stuff. I'm happy that it's a large bag. It's definitely usable. This is my main deck that I'm using right now for my bag, for my carrying deck. And this is the Sinking Wasteland Tarot. So I wasn't sure about the clasp, this design specifically, because usually when they have these bags, they put the handles where the clasp is, and that could really damage the bag, and it could make the longevity of the bag even shorter because it's just tugging on the fabric. This is a nice design, I would say. And it was unused. There was still the tag on there. So it has long straps. I did ask for measurements from the seller because I didn't want to buy it if it was too small, but it looked promising. This was a bag from 2012. And I'm happy that this area right here is a matted material. It's one of those soft matte materials, or soft matte material. So it isn't as flashy. It's definitely a flashy bag, and some people may think it's gaudy, but I love it. And it works well with me. I think it matches my aesthetics, and if I don't feel like having grr on here, I can turn it around, and I'll just have this one. I really like purple and black, and it's nice. It doesn't really come off. I haven't had a problem yet. Maybe one or two sparkles may come off. So this is a large bag, which is what I normally go for because I like to carry stuff. And it's doing pretty well. I put up my poster, not my poster, I put up something on my altar wall. I think it was time for a change. So I got this prayer. I suppose it's a prayer, for lack of a better word, or an incantation, maybe. Something to recite. So this is about the raven. I do have the wolf one. It's in my witchy room, which I'm also calling a goddess room right now too. And I really love these. They sell them at one of the stores at the mall. So this is my longboard. I would put the video portrait, but the rest of the video that I'm putting this with isn't in portrait. So hopefully you guys can have a good look at the board. And I put the van sticker on the other day when I got my shoes. It's not really focusing, unless that's just the shine. It's a really fun board and I love it. John got it for me. So I finished another set of runes. This is leftover wood shavings that I got, and I really love using these. I have mugwort wood shavings, and they feel really nice. It's almost like a mossy, light, soft texture. So I'll use that for different things. And it's an Old Faithful saw. It's actually not that old. We got it here not too long ago when I was cutting up creating my rune set from the mangrove. So this was a lot easier to cut. If you noticed when I posted my video showing my mangrove rune set, and by the way, that was ethically sourced mangrove since you can't cut the mangrove down. I got it off of got it in the area that we were in. It was already detached, but it was coming from an area where there was shallow water, so it had begun its process of being petrified, and it was pretty far along because of the texture, and we actually had to borrow an electric saw for us to be able to cut through the wood. So this one is hibiscus. So I would really like to sell this type of rune set for around the holidays. If you're on my Instagram, you may have seen the post of me saying that mangrove sets will be available on my shop around the winter holidays. So I would like to try different woods. I know that there's more traditional ones that you use when you make a set like this, but I really like venturing off and going into different avenues to see what can work and what will be fun to make a set with. So the reason why I'm not sure if I'm going to sell this type of set, and by the way, I still have to do other things to the runes, but I've done the cutting part. So I'm not sure if I'm going to sell hibiscus runes because some species of hibiscus flowers, not this part, but the bloom is toxic. It's not toxic to humans, but it can be toxic to your pets. So I didn't want to ruin somebody's day by giving them the runes and then something happened to their pet. So, I mean, I can put some type of the sealant for the set, but I really want to keep it on the natural side. I can take requests on what you would be interested in around that time of the year, but I really like how they turned out. I do like the lighter wood. This is fairly young. Very aromatic because it was very much alive when I had gotten the wood, which I got it from my backyard. So that was convenient. I could probably make one more set without taking too much of the hibiscus down. So this one isn't on the toxic list, but just to be safe, because it's my first year putting runes out and I don't want to get somebody upset by giving them something that they're not happy with.